Again, how do you feel this time as the legend for MTN8?
Look, I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity afforded by MTN to recognize us, not just me, us as the players, former players. I'm talking about the players that they've chosen ahead of me in the 18 years. It goes to show that your work on the field doesn't go unnoticed. You might not be a legend in a team that you're synonymous to, but for you just being called as a legend is absolutely, for me, it's overwhelming, because I don't see myself. I regard people like Lucas legends, because I look up to him as being a player that I draw inspiration from, and it's the things he's done overseas, the things he's done for the country. Those are legendary moments, and I took a leaf out of his book, and I said to myself, when I don the field and when I get an opportunity, 5% of what he's done, I'll be more than happy. But going back to the thing at hand, I think MTN has made me relevant. It's kept me in the talks, in the passage talks, and it just goes to show that the little that we do on the field can touch and inspire a lot of people, and that's what we're all about.
The fixtures, Sundowns playing Richards Bay.
Yeah.
First time Richards Bay being in the top 8. What's the take of the fixture?
A great fixture, I think. The rich boys can set the bar for themselves. It's up to them to try and do the best that they can as debutants in this tournament. And it's a precursor for the season. You must remember, Sundowns didn't really rest. So, when a Rolls Royce, you don't need to do much to a Rolls Royce. You just need to start the engine, and it tells you whatever it is. I'm not saying they're going to steamroll over the Natal rich boys, but it just remains to be seen. Sundowns, you can take nothing away from them. They're absolutely well-oiled machine from top to bottom. And it just goes to show where they've been. They come back from the Club World Cup. They flew the flag of South Africa, and for the beloved Mamelodi Sundowns. But now comes time where other teams also have something to say. And what a way for Richards Bay to come into this and say, guys, we are playing against players that played against the players that we watch. And that to them must be a driving factor. You don't need motivation. You need motivation to say, we can do this. It's possible.
Yeah. Another underdogs, Polokwane City, playing the 3 times champions. What's your take on that one? Oh
yes, Coach Putti. I think I'm very synonymous to him, and I've got utmost respect for him. He goes into the Lions' den at Orlando Stadium, and you know how the lion is, man. Once the lion wakes up and he sees the prey in front of him, it's either it's going to rip it apart. But Polokwane City and Coach Putti, what he has in his armor, his former players, he knows how to plan against them. Should they be on the field, it's the season of the underdog, man, and the underdog is going to show what their might is. Yeah.
You just mentioned Coach Putti. He has been holding on Apolis for a very long time, and now he's in the opposite side. What do you think Apolis will do to them? I
think timing was everything. The timing was perfect for him to go to Pirates, because I know the boy personally. Let me not say the boy, the gentleman personally, because he's a go-getter. He's like that. The Uber Eats. It's always ready to go and deliver. It's always ready. So he's gonna get there and deliver what he needs to deliver. But the owner for that Uber Eats was the team that he's facing. So he needs to be mindful that mentally needs to be mentally strong. Physically definitely is, but they might just play mind games, and it remains to be seen on the day. Do they come out of the Lions' den unscathed, or are they going to be prey to the lion?
Yeah, let's go to Cape Town. Stellenbosch, they beat Sundowns twice last season, first semis, second semis. They went on to lose in the finals.
Yeah, look. I think it goes without saying, Stellies and AmaZulu have unfinished business. If you look at how they fared in the league, Stelis were given 5 on the continent, and they came back and they beat AmaZulu 5. So AmaZulu's raring to get back at them. But that also could be a psychological game, a mental game, where Stelis of Nix or Hebe Usut, that's gonna be a game that people should really look forward to. It's gonna be taking place in the Western Cape, and you know Stelis are something else when they're in the Western Cape. A lot of teams go to Stelis with saying, hey, if we can get a point, but this time around it's Wafa Wafa, bazokufila, and one needs to be felt.
Exactly.
And one will be felt.
Perfect. And then in Polokwane, Sekhukhune against TS Galaxy. We know Sekhukhune has bossed up their team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see what they've done in the transfer. They've signed pretty well. They've signed, I think, if you had a garage filled with so many cars, the Ferraris, the Rolls Royces, you wouldn't really want to leave your garage, but they now need to maintain and keep them happy, you know. And Sekhukhune knows how to do that with players that are on the up and up. For me, it's going to be a tough one. TS always knows how to dial anybody's number. The Rockets, something. It's the Porcupine versus the Rockets. Yeah. It's the Porcupines. It's either the Rockets going to blow the Porcupine away, or Adiba Shabe is going to do what they normally do, you know. So it's going to be that one is going to be very, very tight. It might just go to 120 minutes because both teams, the coaches, very well astute. They know how to read the situations. The players are even worse. Sekhukhune signed phenomenal players that know how to read the game from the bench, from the start. And, you know, there's players on the other side, TS Galaxy, that they're really exciting players that have really been making their mark. But as you know, TS Galaxy is a selling team. So a lot of the guys know that this is a window for them to say, all the other teams must look at them, not just the big teams, but teams overseas too. Yeah.
MTN8 is the charity team, most of the time, you know, especially when it comes to goals and all that. Mm-hmm. We have seen, you know, a lot of goals, but not enough goals, you know, in this past season. What's your message to the players in terms of them scoring more goals for charity?
It's simple. Go and blow one another out of the course. I think the more goals we get, the more charities will be benefiting from this, and you must remember it's the charities that we come from, all the townships that we come from, the regions that been chosen is the regions that majority of the players that are playing come from, and it's only going to help your community, you know, because the more goals we have, the better for the communities. And not just that, it makes 10 million Bafit, 10 bar. Put yourself into the head for the next to get the 10 bar, and you need to score goals. That's all we play for. The more goals there is in regular time, the better for the communities.
Perfect. Lastly, we have MTN8 last man standing. What's your message to the fans?
Oh, listen to the fans. I think come out in your numbers, do your research, do your packing and unpacking. I think it's a time for the fans to live on the road because yes, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but it changes lives. You know it. You know it very well how it changes lives. And for me, I'm so proud of what you've done. You know, you've turned what your passion is into something that literally puts a smile on people's faces because I don't think you share your story enough. And I think people need to hear it, and the new generation also need to hear it because MTN now is about the passion, the banter, the style, bazokufila, you know. We need the crowds to come in their numbers, show off their regalia. You never know what may happen.
Perfect. Thanks so much. For your soccer updates, visit www.Ngcobo2010 Sharp Eye.com.